Some people think that I'm crazy for doing my job, but I love my job. I love being able to help people. I love being able to let them know that there's something out there for you. You just got to be ready to accept it.
Outreach to me is being able to meet people where they're at and understand where they are within their crises, things like homelessness, domestic violence, substance abuse, mental difference.
Outreach is coming in contact with the homeless population, supplying them with things they need: tents, sleeping bags,
water, socks, hygiene kit, sack lunches. We get them with that, get them with clothing, shelter referral.
Trying to let them know that they're not out there alone, making them understand that there are options that are available to them to try to help bring them out of their crises.
Going out in a team, everybody has something different that they can offer. Dorian is the calm one. Kelly is our little spice. Ian, he's the one we go to get us fired up for the day. On my team, we do have people that have experienced being homeless and having addictions.
I'm able to meet one-on-one with folks, knowing full well that I can relate and engage them in their experience because I was once there myself.
and let them know, like, I've been out here and I've been homeless and I've struggled with drug addiction, and there's a way out. Like, you're not stuck.
You can't reach these people if you can't have the same feel, the same talk, the same walk as them. So I feel like my team is the dream team. We get it done. That's how I feel. Es el equipo más mejor en todo el mundo. It's the best team in the world.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton at KGW TV in Portland, Oregon. Welcome to the Impact Gala for Transition Projects. It engages people at all levels on their journey, from homelessness to housing. If you've watched the news during this past year, you know we need this now more than ever. The combination of the COVID pandemic with so much racial, political, and economic instability has challenged vulnerable citizens like never before. Transition Project stands in the gap, and tonight we're eager to share some amazing stories of success with you. We're also grateful that you've joined us in the continuing fight to help our neighbors move from homelessness to housing. Now, to lead us through this evening's journey, please welcome our fundraising ambassador and my co-host for tonight's broadcast, coming to us live in another studio just across town, Jonna Wells.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. Friends, I'm Jonna Wells, and it's an honor to work with such an esteemed journalist and community champion like Brenda, who cares as much about her hometown as I do. And tonight, we are so proud to join together to champion for the work of Transition Projects. For 52 years, Transition Projects has delivered life-saving and life-changing assistance to some of Portland's most vulnerable residents. And tonight, you'll see how their inspiring and supportive work takes shape. Throughout tonight's program, we'll introduce you to several Transition Projects participants who have made the journey from homelessness to housing. And we'll explore how day in and day out, Transition Projects works in outreach, shelter, and housing, working towards the creation of a just community in which everyone has access to food, safety, and an affordable home. Tonight, you'll meet some of our neighbors who've undertaken this journey, thanks in no small part to the generous donations and support so many of you have shown in the past. You'll hear from Transition Projects Board Chair Kate Lieber and Executive Director George Devendorf, who will invite you to increase your impact, further empowering Transition Projects in their continued efforts to provide individuals with the services, resources, and tools they need to end their homelessness, secure housing, and maintain that housing. Tonight, we'll be celebrating the collective impact across all spectrums of giving. And if at any time you feel inspired to join in support of Transition Projects, we'd be thrilled to see you do just that. As you prepare to launch into that collective support tonight, we recommend watching our broadcast on a computer or tablet. And if you'd like to join in celebrated support of Transition Projects, which we recommend everyone do tonight, we encourage you to grab a second device. Perhaps it's your smartphone or tablet. And from there, you can visit the following website, www.tprojects-gala.com. From there, you'll click the bright pink Get Started button, which is located on the right-hand side of your screen. And then from there, you can register for your bidder account. After you register your bidder account, you can check out tonight's online auction. And I'm here to tell you there are 24 sensational exclusive auction packages that are available tonight, including an amazing piece of hand-blown glass, a custom quilt, as stay-at-home packages for work and play. Many of those are offered, plus some really primo private escapes to Mount Hood, Rockaway Beach, Maine, Italy, and even Bali. Oh, and one of my personal favorites, this is fantastic, so listen up, a 3-night stay in one of the most difficult Airbnbs in the world to secure, the Forest Service Lookout Tower at Summit Prairie, which offers gorgeous and rustic amenities alongside pristine views of Oregon's Umpqua National Forest. And we invite you throughout it all to bid high and bid often and bid quickly on tonight's online auction offerings, because bidding for these packages will close at 9 p.m. Pacific tonight. And tonight's opportunities to bid wildly in our online auction aren't the only opportunities available to champion for transition projects tonight. Through 6:30 p.m. tonight, you can purchase tickets for this year's exciting and exclusive raffle offering for a week-long vacation in Tuscany. Those tickets were sold for $100 a piece tonight, and only 100 tickets were sold. And I'm being told right now, in fact, that tickets have sold out officially. So congratulations to all of our ticket purchasers tonight, and best of luck to you. Maybe for those of you that purchased a ticket, maybe it's your ticket that we're going to be pulling at the end of the evening for this glorious Italian vacation. And throughout tonight's event, you can also make an impact by giving directly to transition projects. Once you've made your way to our auction website, again, that website being www.tprojects-gala.com, you can click that large pink Donate Now button that's located on the upper right-hand side of your screen. From there, you can showcase a gift at any level of giving that speaks to your heart throughout tonight's event. If you'd rather present your gift by phone tonight to champion for transition projects, or find even that you're having some technical difficulties even with tonight's broadcast, you can phone us directly at 503-280-4741. You know, with so many incredible opportunities to champion for transition projects, I fully anticipate that everyone watching from home tonight is going to be joining in celebrated support of the 2021 Impact Gala.
Oh yeah, I am right there with you, Jonna. Wow. Okay, before we go too far along, we would like to thank our sponsors whose amazing support makes tonight possible. So please raise your glass of wine or your custom cocktail to our outreach sponsors, our advocacy sponsors. Also, a big shout out to our engagement sponsors, and then our presenting wine sponsors, and finally our supporting wine sponsors. Thank you one and all for your generosity tonight. It is impacting the lives served by transition projects. A special thank you also goes out to our event committee, chaired by longtime volunteer Tim Lowndes. To learn more about the impact on our community, please welcome board chair and one of Oregon's newest state senators, Kate Lieber.
Thank you, Brenda. We're very grateful to you for joining us this evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire Transition Projects team, welcome. We are honored that you have chosen to show your support for our work by being a part of this gathering. When we came together last spring for the 2020 Gala, we were all doing our best to come to terms with two compelling challenges: surviving a global pandemic and reckoning with our society's long history of oppression and brutality against Black, Indigenous, and people of color communities. I'd love to say that over the past year, we've risen fully to those challenges, but it's clear we still have considerable work to do on both fronts. The recent surge in attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders and the ongoing violence that Black people experience in our country serves as a stark reminder of this and urges transition projects and our sister agencies forward in our efforts to build cultures that welcome and respect the value and dignity of all who we serve. These are hard and absolutely essential journeys for us to be undertaking. Tonight, we're going to bear witness to several journeys of people making their way against incredible odds, from homelessness to housing. Simply put, that's why Transition Projects exists. Helping people along that journey is what motivates our team, our board, and the countless volunteers who show up to support our work. Together, we know we can make a difference. because we see it happen every day. As chair of the board, I'm reminded of this fact at least once a month when I sit across a table, across a Zoom meeting from two amazing board members who just a few years ago were accessing services from this agency. Their stories speak powerfully to us about what is possible and how the right help at the right time can make all the difference. As tonight's events unfold, I hope you'll feel the same way and that you'll do what you can tonight to support our work. To help get things rolling, I'm happy to announce that the Board of Directors has come together and pledged a total of $35,000 to help make sure tonight is a success. Please join us, and together, let's help more people than ever before find their way home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate. You know, friends, it's so inspiring to see State Senator Kate Lieber and legendary journalist Brenda Braxton here with us tonight to champion for the work of transition projects. And to know that we have so many friends from around the region tuned in tonight as well to celebrate the 2021 Impact Gala this evening is just really starting out to be such an incredible event, a robust level of heart and support that really speaks to the collective impact that we're making to further empower transition projects in their efforts to advocate for policies, programs, services, and initiatives that affirm the right of all people to secure a place to call home. And their suite of services supports more than 10,000 individuals each year. In fact, did you know that Transition Projects runs a resource center downtown? It's open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, thanks in part to your support. In fact, in 1 year, 6,000 people walk in, receiving a warm welcome and a respite from the reality of homelessness. Their basic needs are met with dignity as they receive hygiene services, clothing, and connections to shelter and resources. Did you also know that a major stumbling block for many who are seeking to end their homelessness is something as simple as an ID? And the support that we showcase here tonight can help people connect to the identification that they need to return to work or to apply for housing. Again, there's 3 easy ways for you to make a big impact tonight in the lives of individuals served by transition projects. One of which was our raffle. And again, we were selling tickets tonight through 6:30 p.m. for just $100 for the chance to win this fantastic Italian vacation. And not only did those ticket sales provide you with the opportunity to win that vacation, but they also provided you with a chance to, more importantly, make that big impact. Because again, every ticket that was sold tonight was an immediate investment in the work of transition projects. And as I said at the top of the hour, we have officially sold out of all of our tickets. So congratulations to those friends who purchased their tickets once again. And again, those tickets have sold out, but there's so many more opportunities that you can take part in tonight. So get started by visiting us at TPROJECTS, that's tprojects-gala.com. And at that website, you'll also find our online auction, which we just started talking about as well, which features some beautiful hand-blown glass, some stay-at-home packages for work and play, not to mention some private escapes to Umpqua's National Forest, Mount Hood, Rockaway Beach. It's always a good time to head to the beach, Maine, Italy, and even the tropical beloved location of Bali. Bidding for these packages, again, is open from right now until 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. So jump on in, place your bids, and support the work of transition projects. In addition to our online auction and that raffle that's now officially sold out, we also have the opportunity, again, to give in direct support of transition projects. As Kate mentioned, the Transition Projects Board of Directors have presented a gift of $35,000 in support of transition projects, continuous efforts to provide individuals with the services, resources, and tools that they need to end their homelessness, to secure housing, and to maintain that housing. And our dedicated Transition Projects Board would love to see their collective gift matched here tonight. So friends, join us here and now, bidding and giving in support of transition projects, again, by visiting our website, www.tprojects-gala.com, or by phoning us now at 503-280-4741. As our celebration for the work of transition projects continues, I'm going to turn things back over to Brenda Braxton to further highlight the impact of our support, which ensures that every dollar that we give tonight further empowers Transition Project's efforts to support outreach, shelter, and housing for the vulnerable members of our community.
Indeed, Jonna, outreach, shelter, and housing. That's the Transition Project story, and tonight we're telling it. It has 3 acts, as one person after another moves through the journey from homelessness to housing. In between, we'll pause to celebrate the impact of your past support. Our story starts where your giving has the most immediate impact: outreach. For more than 50 years, Transition Projects has delivered life-saving and life-changing assistance to some of Portland's most vulnerable residents. Whether by helping a homeless veteran and her family find housing, sheltering hundreds of people every night with nowhere else to turn, or opening new pathways to employment, Transition Projects represents an invaluable part of Portland's social fabric. As we've already shared tonight, Transition Projects helps more than 10,000 people every single year. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce you to 2 of the team members who make this possible. Please welcome Leisha Bolin and Corinne Thiem.
When the COVID pandemic began, we were told to stay home, close your door, keep yourself, your loved ones, and your neighbors safe. The folks we serve don't have a house with a door to close. The people we know and talk with every day are surviving outside. They are managing through this pandemic every snowflake, every night, on our sidewalks, in tents, in cars, and RVs.
Living on the streets is hard. It's exhausting, scary, hectic, and traumatic. This last year has just made everything that much tougher. There are fewer places to find safety off the streets, and many of the life-saving services that folks rely on to meet their very basic needs have changed. For many people, the moments of calm among the chaos of sleeping outside have all but disappeared and left them on shifting ground.
One thing has remained consistent through the wildfires, through the 20-degree nights, through it all. Our energetic, smiling under the mask team of outreach workers, they are showing up every day and working alongside of our neighbors outside. On any given day, our street outreach team connects with more than 175 people. Working in teams, we visit people sleeping on the street, in tents, in parks, in vehicles. We carry packs of hygiene supplies, COVID supplies like masks and hand sanitizers, survival gear, food, real connections to resources. We meet people where they are and help them take the next step forward on their path to housing.
The steps towards housing are as diverse as the people we meet. For some, it's reconnecting with their medical provider. For others, it's trying out a shelter bed. And for some individuals, it's finally finishing the housing applications they have been working on. In the last year, our street outreach teams connected 1,000 people and their pets to housing and shelter services. The resiliency of people experiencing homelessness is incredible. The more we show up and show folks that we care about them, the greater chance we have to support their goals, help them meet their needs, and deliver on our mission and values.
Corinne, let's show everyone a little bit of what our team does. We are in Northwest Portland, Old Town. This morning, we are going to go and see if we can find some folks that wants to go to shelter or need any type of supplies as far as like hygiene and tents and sleeping bags. We're down here daily for about an hour and a half. So today we have Sarah, who is new to the team. And then we have Josiah, who also came from a shelter to become an outreach worker.
Appreciate everything.
Absolutely. I'm Sarah.
My name is Ronnie.
I work for Transition Projects. This is Isha.
Yeah, we appreciate anything get off the street.
Do either one of you guys have your birth certificates?
None.
None?
I lost my wallet.
So
everything.
TPI can help you with that. Okay?
Try to get my ID where I can get a job or get SSI or SSD, because I love working, but my hands sometimes don't work. You can make it for a while, but some days it's hard. Some days you might not eat, and that's a part of being out here on the streets. And I'd like to be in a place where I can take a shower. That's what we was gonna do this morning. We was gonna go somewhere and try to get a place, because man, it's rough out here. A lot of homeless people, they want a different lifestyle. And that's sad. I'm seeking for both of us help. I have never eaten out of a garbage can, but I was afraid if it got worse, I would become like that. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to become an animal. I really don't want to become an animal. I want to be a human being.
Was that getting you guys?
Thank you. You saved us. You saved us. You guys saved us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You guys made this possible for us.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in shelter for a couple of weeks.
You help us and encourage us to be better.
Welcome to the Downtown Winter Shelter. Our goal is to provide you with a facility that is safe and clean and services to help you transition back into housing.
Thank all you for giving us a chance of surviving.
Yeah.
Today was a pretty typical day. We got 3 people into shelter.
We meet some great folks out here. They teach me to point out good things in people that I see. And even just for myself, like practicing humanizing people, I think that feels nice for them.
I come back every day because, you know, I have an obligation to folks that are out on the trail. Maybe I told them that I would bring them a check to get their ID, or I might have a vispid out to do with someone, or I just specifically told somebody, hey, I'll be back tomorrow, you know, because it could be that one time where they're like, you know what, I think today's the day I want to go to shelter.
The next step for them would be connecting with the shelter staff to see what barriers are keeping them from getting housing, employment.
Transition Projects has shelters that operate sort of like programs, and they are a great place to come and launch from. So if you have specific goals like working on your health, getting a job, getting documents together, getting into housing, they can be a really great place to stabilize and to have additional support to work towards those goals.
If I had to do this for free, I would, you know. Just having people know that we're here, getting them into shelter, helping them get their IDs. It just makes me feel good, you know, knowing that we have people out here counting on us.
The transition from homelessness to housing often begins with simply meeting your basic needs. From there, a person can continue the journey to shelter and housing. And this access point, the outreach, shelter, and housing that's found at Transition Projects is made possible thanks in part to this generous community of donors that are joining us tonight. Yes, that's right, each and every one of you watching from home. You help make this work possible, thanks in part to your generous support. So friends, here and now, we're inviting you to continue to make a tremendous impact in the lives of some of our community's most vulnerable residents by making a direct contribution right here, right now, in support of Transitions Projects at any level of giving that speaks to your heart. As I mentioned, the Transition Projects Board of Directors have put forth a sensational and generous collective gift of $35,000 tonight in hopes of inspiring others to give generously and match their collective gift. And I'm thrilled to announce that they're not the only ones championing for Transition Projects tonight, rising to this occasion. Throughout the remainder of tonight's event, the Ed Cadero Fund of the Oregon Community Foundation will match the next $30,000 raised. That's right, if you present a gift at any level of giving throughout the remainder of tonight's event, the Ed Cadero Fund of the Oregon Community Foundation will match your contribution dollar for dollar, doubling your impact up to $30,000. These profoundly generous challenge gifts are part of the philanthropic fuel that's propelling us forward tonight. So friends, visit us at www.tprojects-gala.com and click that donate button right now, or you can phone us at 503-280-4741 if you'd like to present your contribution by phone, and again, have your contributions matched dollar for dollar throughout the remainder of tonight's show. further empower transition projects in their efforts to work across 14 program sites and multiple outreach teams. Each and every gift that we showcase tonight, again, propels their efforts forward, allowing them to annually serve over 10,000 people, each of whom are on their own, each of whom are moving forward with a self-directed journey from homelessness to housing. Our donations tonight empower that process. So as you begin to make those donations here and now in support of transition projects, keep in mind that our auction is still ongoing as well, and place those bids. Again, our auction will remain open until 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight, and the packages featured in tonight's collection, again, are ones that you will not want to miss. And as I said before, and I'll continue to say and encourage you to visit, you'll find these opportunities to support the work of transition projects available at tonight's event website, tprojects-gala.com. And again, if at any time you'd like to call in with your donation, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us at 503-280-4741. As a volunteer at the Jean's Place shelter, Eve experiences firsthand the impact your gift can have in building community.
I volunteer at Transition Projects because it's a great way to build community. My friends and I love cooking and serving for the women at Jean's Place. It makes us feel part of something bigger and feel really connected to the community.
Thank you so much, Jean, for joining us remotely here tonight to share in your love and support of transition projects. And we have so many friends who are joining tonight's chorus of support for transition projects, making a big impact in the lives of the most vulnerable in our community. And friends, I'm really excited to announce that that support is kicking off to an incredible start. We have a $10,000 gift that's been secured here tonight, presented by an anonymous board member. Thank you so much. We have a gift of $5,000 that's been presented tonight by an anonymous donor. Our friends at Walsh Construction, who are one of tonight's sponsors as well, they've presented a gift of $1,500 tonight. Thank you, Walsh Construction. Rob and Julia Ball are joining us with a gift tonight. Thank you so much, of $1,000. Jenny Cornyn is giving a gift of $1,000 tonight. Thank you, Jenny. And we have board member Alex Lebeau giving a gift of $1,000 as well. Again, these gifts are being matched dollar for dollar thanks to these generous matching challenges presented tonight. Mark and Jean Wanzer are giving a gift of $500. Board member Dara Wessling and Mike Ropel are giving a gift of $500, and they're joined by board member Jamie Resch with a gift of $500. That $500 gift turning into $1,000 of support, thanks in part to tonight's matching challenges. And friends, that support continues on, so continue to click that donate button as I give a shout out to Jeff Miller and Will Carter for their gift of $2,500. Thank you for being such fantastic champions of transition projects. Marjorie is giving a gift tonight. Thank you so much, of $100. Carol Stone and David Kish are giving a gift of $100. Lena Braun, Bruce and Janice Prunk, Jacqueline Titus, Alice Meyer, all showcasing their support tonight for transition projects. So friends, again, we are off and running with an incredible start. Again, this philanthropic fuel that you're feeding into the work of transition projects tonight. Thank you, one and all. Keep showcasing that support, dear friends, to fuel our efforts to meet this evening's generous $65,000 on-air matching challenge presented by the Transition Projects Board of Directors and the Ed Cadero Fund. As tonight's showcase of support continues, I'm thrilled to announce that Northwest Natural is joining this chorus of support as well, presenting a gift of $10,000. Mary Merlin's Northwest Natural's Director of Corporate Responsibility is joining us from home tonight. Hello, Mary. Thank you so much. And she's joining to celebrate the work of transition projects. So thank you for tuning in tonight, Mary. Our heartfelt thanks to you and Northwest Naturals for this tremendously generous gift in support of transition projects. So friends, join these generous donors right here, right now, by clicking that donate button at any level of giving that inspires you. And as you continue to bid and give in support of transition projects, please enjoy this live in-studio performance from Portland's very own singer, songwriter, and soul soldier, Tahira Memory.
The rain April was all it's known for. A season of change, I'm sure, yes, washing away everything before. But until you came, I couldn't recall not a single April's rainfall. And it's not clear if it's the spring or my sweetest tears that'll fill the streets forevermore. I never wonder how the flame finds the wick, how the sea finds that ship, how the kiss finds the lips. I never wonder if there's gotta be more than this. Is there something I'm gonna miss? Am I living out my purpose? Dreams of only you before I saw your face. You spoke to me. You gave me a name and everything between. But I couldn't know just how you'd unfold my heart so entirely. And it ain't right, I have you all to myself when there are so many souls in need. I never wonder how the flame finds the wick, how the sea finds that ship, how the kiss finds the lips. I never wonder if there's gotta be more than this. Is there something I'm gonna miss? Am I living out my purpose? 'Cause you came, and I don't recall, no, I don't recall. And you came, and you changed it all. I said you changed it all. But when you came, I couldn't recall not a single April's rainfall. And it's not clear if it's the spring or my sweetest tears that'll fill the streets forevermore. I never wonder how the flame finds the wick, how the sea finds the ship, how the kiss finds the lips. I never wonder if there's gotta be more than this. Is there something I'm gonna miss? Am I living out my purpose?
thank you so much. And if you guys enjoyed that performance, stay tuned. We'll have more music at the end of the night. But now it's time for the second leg of our journey from homelessness to housing and experiencing the impact of your support through shelter. Our 10 Portland shelters make Transition Projects the largest provider of shelter services in the state of Oregon. Shelter programs are tailored to meet the needs of those they serve, with dedicated programs for women and men only, couples and veterans. Of course, pets are welcome at all sites. One of the largest barriers to individuals accessing shelter is finding one that welcomes both them and their pet. Transition Projects welcomes animals at all of its shelters so that no one has to choose between a safe place to stay or keeping their pet. Now, not everybody needs shelter. Many people experiencing homelessness will find a way back to housing without it. But for those who do need it, shelter can make all the difference. To share the story of finding shelter, please welcome Shayna Hobson.
Every night, about 600 people sleep in a shelter bed offered by Transition Projects. Women, men, couples, non-binary people, veterans, and their pets find safety off the streets in one of 10 shelters across Multnomah County. The last year forced us to reckon with how we provide congregate services during a global health pandemic. The vulnerability of those we serve came into a much sharper focus. Keeping people safe, knowing the potential impact of COVID on the folks experiencing homelessness in our community, who are getting older and sicker, who are from BIPOC communities, who have a number of underlying health conditions, made our work and staying in a shelter more complicated. Though not everyone needs shelter, many people experiencing homelessness find a way back to housing without it. But for those who do need it, shelter can be invaluable. Though COVID forced us to reduce our shelter capacity by half, with support from Multnomah County and the City of Portland, we opened 2 additional shelter programs this year. The Banfield Shelter Motel provides semi-congregate shelter for some of the most medically vulnerable people experiencing homelessness in our community. The Downtown Winter Shelter provides 90 beds during the coldest, harshest months of the year. Our shelters welcome people as they are, day and night, into a safe, clean, dry, warm environment. Staff greet guests by name, ask how their day was, talk about struggles, and encourage them to follow their dreams and take steps towards their goals. Across the shelter program, guests access housing case management, tenant education, job search support, and health and wellness services. While each of our programs is a bit different in their location, the folks they serve, the on-site services, some things are consistent, like a strong, resilient staff team focused on advocacy, housing, and hope. You'll soon meet Tammy and her dog, Miley. For Tammy, shelter was not a destination. It was a foundation and a jumping off point for her next step. For her, that next step was housing. For others, it's reconnecting with family or getting much needed health care. When people come to our shelters, they know they are seen, heard, and cared for. For so many of those we serve, shelters are an essential resource along their journey from homelessness to housing. Let me introduce you to Tammy and Miley.
My name is Tammy and this is Miley, and we're at Jane's Place Shelter for Women. Miley is a service dog. I've trained her personally. I see her as a service dog when I'm outside. In the building, she's more of a therapy dog. And at nighttime, she's my protector, so she means the world to me. I just don't think I can live without her. Well, I've been homeless for almost 2 years here in July. I was my mother's caretaker. My mom has a disability to where she has a hard time taking care of herself. But my mom is getting ready to move, so I had to move.
So my name is Dan Walston. I'm a housing case manager at the Clark Center Shelter. There's so many stereotypes and there's a narrative around what it is to be homeless. Even the term homeless, it's saying like you don't have a home, you don't belong. It's just not the case. The more people you talk to, like the fullness of humanity you recognize that they bring into the room with them. It's okay for their their situations to be complicated. People are so complex and dynamic, and you need to give space for people to be complex and dynamic. You should meet them there rather than trying to reduce them and being like, oh, well, this is what you need. So it's talking and really listening to the participant, hearing what it is that they want. It's a collaboration.
I have my own room with Miley, and that's important. The shelter provides a lot of nutrition and a lot of group therapy. They've done a fantastic job with the residents here on their own levels, and I felt accepted here.
A lot of it is connecting people to resources, definitely trying to have it be driven by the participant, and definitely kind of have it be empowering in the process as well.
Jean's Place has given me a safe opportunity to get on my feet the right way.
So the housing first model, it's kind of this idea that like, if people can get into housing, if you can put them into a stable situation, that a lot of times other issues that might be going on can then be resolved. So if someone needs mental health support, right, it's really hard to connect to services while you're unhoused. Transition Projects treats participants as if they're already deserving of housing.
So we're moving out in a week. I'm so happy to finally be independent and off the streets.
We have a lot more work to do as a community. And I think keeping that frame of it being a community problem and is going to require community solutions is a way to keep the weight of the problem from crushing any one of us.
The best thing I can say is don't give up. Keep trying. Take advantage of the program. Just reach out, and there's people here that's willing to help you.
These are members of our community, and when they're benefited, we're benefited.
Shelters are the reason that people get off the street.
You know, friends, this incredibly essential and inspiring work is taking place at the shelters each and every day. And as we said earlier, Transition Projects is the largest shelter provider in Oregon. They serve the most veterans in Portland as well. And they're one of the few agencies nationwide to host not only couples, but as you heard in this earlier video, also pets of those seeking shelter as well, which is truly a rarity. You know, in some instances, an individual's preference to not be separated from their pet creates a barrier for them to access safe shelter. Night after night, 600 people and their pets have a safe, temporary home, plus vital support services as they transition out of homelessness. And again, the support that we showcase here tonight further empowers Transition Projects in their efforts to lift every person on their journey. And the support that's being showcased here tonight, well, it's truly sensational. I'm excited to announce that we have so many gifts coming in to celebrate the work of Transition Projects. In fact, we've been presented with a gift of $5,000 from Executive Director George Devendorf and Susan Romansky. We've got a gift of $2,500 that's been presented by Stephen Gomez. Stephen, thank you so much. A gift of $1,000 has come in from board member James Hine and Tina Hine. Thank you. $1,000 presented by board member Andrew Spock and Erica Hetfeld Spock. Thank you both so much. Board member Kirk Dobbins and Herbert Kitchen are joining this chorus of support with a gift of $1,000, as is Dara Smith, Mark Schlesinger, and board member Grace Chang, all of whom are giving gifts of $500. And again, keep in mind, those gifts are being matched dollar for dollar thanks to tonight's generous matching challenges. Board member John Osborne and Brenda Osborne are joining tonight's chorus of support with a gift of $500. Thank you both. Barbara Devendorf, George's mom, is giving a gift tonight of $250. Thank you, Barbara. Dr. James Bain and Rebecca Youngstrom and Ronald Atwood are all giving gifts of $250. Again, those gifts of $250 turning into $500 of support, their impact being doubled tonight thanks to those generous matching challenges. Ben Herring is joining us tonight with a gift of $250. Christine Vernier is joining us from home tonight with a gift of $5,000. Thank you so much, Christine and David Vernier. Thank you, thank you. Lynn Cameron is giving a gift of $1,000 tonight. Thank you. Timothy Lowndes is giving a gift of $2,500. And friends, that support continues to roll in. Susan Klimo and Jack Friedman with a gift of $1,000. Sherry and Roy Schwackhammer with a gift of $1,000. Thank you both so much. Lena Braun is joining us with a gift gift of $100. Thank you, Lena. Kurt Stevens with a gift of $1,000. Marjorie Maletsky with a gift of $100. Bruce and Joni George with a gift of $100. Michelle Middleton, an anonymous donor, also joining us tonight. Robert Gluckman is watching from home, and he's given a gift of $1,000. Thank you, Robert. And Richard Meeker. Hello, Richard. Thank you so much for joining us tonight with that gift of $1,000 in support of transition projects. And friends, that support continues on. I'm sure the screens at home that showcase those donations coming in are flooding your viewer window as well. Joanna Herman is giving a gift tonight of $250. Sherry Klein, Teresa Rutherford Laus, and Barbara Weathersby, all joining this chorus of support. This is incredible. Thank you, one and all. Friends, support for transition projects continues to grow throughout tonight's event, as you can clearly see. Support from champions like Transition Projects Emeritus board members Doug and Trudy Walta, who tonight are extending their generous support for transition projects. In fact, here and now, I'm thrilled to announce that Doug and Trudy Walta are contributing yet again tonight. Throughout the remainder of tonight's event, Doug and Trudy Walta will match the first 20 donors that present gifts of $500. That's a matching challenge they've set forth, totaling $10,000. So friends, if a gift of $500 speaks to you here and now, speaks to your heart, head on over to our website. Again, our event website to contribute and bid and give tonight is www.tproject-gala.com and click the pink Donate Now button. Or you can phone us directly at 503-280-4741 to present your contribution. And again, double the impact of your gift, turning that $500 gift right here and now into $1,000 of generous support thanks to this tremendously generous matching challenge presented by Doug and Trudy Walta. And while you're online presenting those heartfelt donations, again, you can bid on any of our 24 fantastic auction packages up until 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight. Again, that online auction features a fantastic collection of packages, including a beautiful piece of hand-blown glass, a custom-made quilt, some stay-at-home packages that you can engage in for both work and play, plus some fantastic private escapes for perhaps just you and your family remotely, or maybe even you'd like to extend that getaway to some friends in your bubble. Those getaways include getaways to Mount Hood, Rockaway Beach, Maine, Italy, and even Bali. As our celebration of the essential and inspiring work of transition projects continues, longtime supporters Jeff Miller and Will Carter wanted to personally invite you to join in this circle of giving tonight.
Hi, I'm Jeff Miller.
And I'm Will Carter.
We support transition projects because every day our most vulnerable citizens are helped by their outreach, shelter, and housing team members who guide, encourage, and support the journeys of our neighbors experiencing homelessness, from the streets to housing.
We hope you'll join us tonight in supporting transition projects whose team makes an impact one day at a time and one person at a time. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Jeff and Will. And thank you to all of you who are joining our community tonight with your generous support. Let's turn things back over to Brenda Braxton to share with us this last chapter in tonight's story that lifts the lives of individuals as they journey from homelessness to housing. Brenda?
Thank you. Thank you, Jonna. You are doing a great job rallying our supporters tonight. So let's bring this journey home, shall we? Every year, Transition Projects helps more than 1,000 people move from homelessness into housing, safe and affordable housing. And then it works even harder to help them stay there. Most of the people served move into apartments in the commercial rental market. Transition Projects also owns the Barbara Mayer Apartments in North Portland for women in recovery. It also manages the Clark Center Annex in Southeast for men. As we proudly announced last year, there's now the beautiful new Argyle Gardens in the Kenton neighborhood. That's 72 carefully designed units, complete with on-site services for individuals coming out of homelessness. Outreach, shelter, housing, all three are essential, but helping people secure and retain permanent housing is always the goal. To tell us more, please welcome Miro Palyevich and Stephanie Cabrera.
I think about Tammy and Miley, and I am reminded of human resilience, of the self-determination that we see in our work every day, and of the incredible juggling act that folks have to do to meet their basic human needs and work towards their goals. When you're sleeping outside or in a shelter bed, finding housing often takes a tremendous amount of effort, persistence, and hope. When I meet people in our housing program who have just signed a lease to their first apartment in a decade, or someone who spent 8 months finding a home that makes them feel safe, I consider everything it took for them to get to this moment. And I know that their hard work and our work alongside them isn't over. My team's goal is to ensure that once housed, people stay housed.
Every year, we help more than 1,000 people move from homelessness to housing. To maintain that pace, we must have safe, clean, affordable housing. For some, that's a shared living situation. Perhaps it's a one-bedroom apartment. For others, it's permanent supportive housing that brings wraparound services on site. So when you need support, it's there. Our housing team spends as much time as it takes with people in shelter or sleeping outside to break down housing barriers, understand their needs, wants, and wishes, and walk alongside folks as they search for housing. That walk is often filled with detours and speed bumps, but our team is there, removing every roadblock we can in someone's journey back to housing.
Last year, we opened Argyle Gardens in the Kenton neighborhood of North Portland. Since opening last summer, Argyle Gardens has provided 72 units of deeply affordable housing to veterans, women, people with serious health conditions, all of whom are proud to call Kenton their neighborhood. Our housing team helps people find housing across Multnomah County, in the Pearl District, in Sunnyside, in Park Rose, in Wood Village. And once folks find that housing, we remain engaged, providing the follow-up services critical to successful and sustainable housing placements.
COVID certainly made this year more complex, forced our creativity, and showed our tenacity. Our work alongside program participants as they sought to find and keep their housing did not stop. People struggled with income loss amid layoffs, fought to continue getting their basic health needs met as the world shifted online and away from the care and consistency they need. And like many of us, wrestled with isolation, fear, and loneliness. Stephanie, let's check back in with Tammy.
Come on in, you guys. Welcome to my new home. It's very comfortable for my dog and I. Oh, she loves the place. You know, we've been homeless most of the time that she's been alive. Yeah, I love the life here. There's not much room, but it's given me plenty of space. There's a security guard at night, and it just, I feel safe. My cabinets are full thanks to transition projects. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock. I get a bag full of food. I don't want to brag, but I'm making steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans for dinner tonight. This is like the first time I actually got into a life to where I'm able to settle down and maybe do some knitting. It's my place. This is all mine. Yeah, I've finally got enough toothpaste, enough this, enough that. I've got this, I've got that. Most of my stress level has just evaporated. I haven't had that lifestyle in a long time, and I get to live it again, so then I feel a little perky. You know, I'm perky because everybody else around me is perky. Everything that has led to this point has been so well worth it. Miley, did you want to go outside? You want to go for a walk?
Friends, Tammy is one of hundreds of people who have found housing so far this year. She and Miley found safety, they found privacy, and they finally have a home with a door to close. And that's thanks in part to the amazing support of transition projects And thanks in part to the amazing and generous support of donors like each and every one of you joining us from home tonight. Friends, if you haven't yet done so, please connect with us now. Connect with us and make an impact. Make a direct donation in support of transition projects and further empower the lives of the most vulnerable residents within our community. Again, you can simply visit our event website. Again, that website being www.tprojects-gala.com and click the Donate Now button. Or you can give us a call at 503-280-4741 to present your donation by phone. We'd love to hear from you. And as those donations continue to roll in tonight, friends, keep in mind that the impact of your gifts here tonight are being doubled thanks in part to 3 generous matching challenges presented by the Transition Projects Board of Directors, the Ed Cadero Fund of the Oregon Community Foundation, and generous supporters Doug and Trudy Walta. That matching challenge, friends, totals $75,000 tonight. And so many generous donors are continuing to respond to this call to action, clicking that Donate Now button right here and now throughout tonight's broadcast and presenting their generous contributions by phone. In fact, I'm thrilled to announce that Board Chair and newly elected State Senator Kate Lieber and Monique Matheson have just given a gift of $10,000 as well. Thank you so much. D.A. Davidson and Lynn and Charlie Cameron have given a gift of $2,500. Thank you both. Alice Vox has given a gift of $1,000. Thank you. Board Member Tamara Kennedy Hill and Tyler Hill are joining this chorus of support tonight. Thank you so much, Tamara Kennedy Hill and Tyler Hill, for that gift of $1,000. Board Member Brian Tourette and Diane Tourette have given a gift of $1,000. And that support continues on, friends. Sandy McDonough has given a gift of $500. That gift being matched by Doug and Trudy Walta tonight. Erica Mosen and Omar Garzan, have also given a gift of $500. Their gift being doubled here tonight. Board Member John and Molly Ducker also joining this chorus of support with a gift of $500. And friends, that support continues to roll in tonight. It's so exciting to see our donation board lighting up here this evening. Sydney Hedges is joining us with a gift of $300. Ellen Singer with a gift of $250. Alice Meyer with a gift of $250. An anonymous donor joining us here tonight with a gift of $250. And friends, I want to continue to give shout outs to all of these friends whose names are gracing our donor board tonight. Terry and Barbara Joy, Joshua Hecht, Laura K. Stepp, thank you so much. A gift of $800. Again, we're celebrating all gifts of all shapes and sizes tonight across the giving spectrum, and we are so honored to see so many friends presenting those generous contributions tonight. Thank you, one and all. Kimberly Bissell, Miss Diana Rice, both giving gifts of $500. Again, those gifts being matched dollar for dollar. Lisa Adato with a gift of $750. Ron and Jennifer Hapke with a gift of $750. Paul and Jane Hart with a gift of $250. And Kathleen Swift with a gift of $100. Kathy Swift, if that's you, my friend watching from home, thank you for tuning in tonight to Champion for Transition Projects. Friends, thank you one and all for this tremendous outpouring of generous support that, as you can see, is clearly continuing to grow. The gifts that we showcase here tonight impact lives today. Each and every donation that's presented tonight truly further empowers transition projects in their efforts to support those struggling to escape the streets and secure permanent housing, an opportunity that has been made even more inaccessible to so many within our community throughout this past year alone. In fact, over the last year, the outreach team distributed thousands of masks made by members of our community, maybe some of you that are watching from home tonight, and helped individuals access critical medical information, while shelter and resource center staff worked to tirelessly keep individuals within the program spaces safe. On any given night, Transition Projects provides a safe place to sleep for more than 600 people with nowhere else to turn. They support individuals who have served in the military and military families who are experiencing homelessness or are in imminent danger of homelessness, with the goal of helping them to find and keep safe, affordable housing in the Portland metro area. Speaking as a staff member on this Veteran Services team, Sarah wanted to share why she commits daily to this vital work.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm a Transition Project staff member on the Veteran Services team. I support Transition Projects because I believe no person should have to sleep unsheltered. I encourage you to please join me in supporting the incredible work of our teams, who are helping Portlanders access and maintain safe, permanent housing. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening and for being a part of our community.
Thank you, Sarah. Friends, in any given year, Transition Projects helps place more than 1,000 people into permanent housing and then supports them in retaining that housing. Clearly, donations showcased at every level of giving tonight are making a tremendous impact on someone's life, a positive impact felt not only now, but well into the future. And speaking of the future, we're nearing the end of our broadcast tonight. So again, friends, please continue to bid and give in generous support of Transition Projects. And let's turn things back over to Brenda, shall we?
Thank you, Jonna. As we draw our story to a close tonight, we turn to the Executive Director of Transition Projects. George Devendorf came to Portland years ago while serving with Mercy Corps. Before that, he worked with the United Nations. Now he's in his 7th year leading Transition Projects. George.
Thank you, Brenda. It's been great having you and Jonna here to guide us through this evening. Tonight, we wanted to give you a sense of what our team sees every day. Our work, like homelessness itself, defies easy categorization. It elicits many different emotions, often at the same time. Inspiration, frustration, hope, and loss. And through it all, the realization that each person's journey out of homelessness is their own. Each one is different and complicated. Each journey sees its own progress, its own setbacks, and when things come together, its own success. You may be wondering about the folks profiled in tonight's videos. I'm happy to report that Tammy and her dog Miley are doing well in their new home. In fact, I believe they're tuning in to tonight's event. Tammy, thank you for sharing your story with us. As for the gentleman and his partner who our outreach team helped get into one of our shelters, he's still in shelter, but his partner has moved on. We're not sure when or if we'll see her again. The best we can do is to be there and to be ready to help lend a hand when it's needed, whether that's the first time we engage with someone or the 10th. Some days, being there means striking up a conversation on a street corner or under a bridge to hear directly from a couple sleeping outside what they need to meet their needs. Other days, it's having a shelter bed ready so a person and their dog can catch their breath, regain a sense of security, and get ready for the next chapter in their journey. And sometimes it looks like handing over a set of keys and watching a person walk through the door into their very own apartment for the first time in years. With your help tonight, our team will continue to be there and be ready for those moments when our support and encouragement can make a real difference to a person struggling to find their way home again. On behalf of our team and those we serve each day, thank you for standing by us.
Outreach, shelter, housing. This is the 3-stage journey that people travel. I'd like to extend a warmest thank you to George, Kate, and every person who shared their story tonight. You helped us understand how our donations achieve maximum impact. In fact, there's been a flurry of live giving just in these final moments, so I'm going to sign off for now and send it back over to Jonna for a closing update and the big announcement about that Tuscan Getaway raffle winner. Thank you, everyone, for your love and support of those moving through homelessness to housing with Transition Projects. It has been an honor to see your generosity and share tonight's journey with you. Jonna, take it away.
Thank you, Brenda Braxton, for being such an incredible champion of Transition Projects. And thank you to our amazing donors who are continuing to bid wildly and give generously in support of Transition Projects in their efforts to support our community's most vulnerable residents. In fact, that support continues to roll in tonight. We want to give thanks to Jonathan Carter for his gift of $1,000, your gift being matched dollar for dollar. Colleen Kane and Phil Miller, your gift of $1,000 being matched dollar for dollar. Bonnie Sirkin has given a gift of $1,000. Kathleen Falk has given a gift of $1,000. $500. Julie Mancini is joining us tonight. Thank you, Julie. It's good to see your name here on the screen. So wonderful to know you're watching tonight and championing for transition projects. Thank you for that gift of $1,000. Keith and Catherine Wilson are giving a gift of $1,000. Again, each of these donations, the impact of that support is being doubled tonight thanks to the $75,000 in matching challenge funds that we have. Megan Brown is watching. Hello, Megan. She's given a gift of $1,000. Megan, thank you so much for your support tonight. We have a gift of $500 from an anonymous friend here joining us tonight. Ed Sloop is giving a gift of $500. Again, we have that $500 matching challenge on the table tonight that was presented by the Walta family. Thank you so much. Gail Meyer is joining us tonight. Hello, Gail, to you and your family at home, presenting a gift of $500. Thank you so much. Adrian Huther with a gift of $500. Brenda and John Osborne with a gift of $500. And friends, that support is continuing to build. This is so exciting. Catherine Robinson is giving a gift of $500. Steve Marks with a gift of $500. Robert McConville, thank you so much for your gift of $500. Rebecca Youngstrom with that gift of $500. Friends, I think it's safe to say we are meeting that matching challenge presented by the Waltas here tonight. Carl Mead has given a gift of $500. Jill Metile has given a gift of $500. Susan Hennessy and Marcus Wood, thank you so much for joining us tonight. John Ducker has given a gift of $500. And I love this, friends. Grace Chang has just given my favorite number, my favorite area code, 503. She's given $503 tonight to champion for this area code here in Portland, 503, to support transition projects. Robert Moore and Sharon Thorne are giving a gift of $500. Joanne Fuller and Paul Pierce with a gift of $500. That support continues to grow. Robin and Kemp Shuey, hello to you at home. They're joining in support tonight with a gift of $500. Linda Forker with a gift of $500. Shari Levinson and Marshall Spector are giving a gift of $500. Patrick McClevey, with a gift of $500. And friends, more donors continue to rise to the occasion and click that donate button right here and now. Daniel Lawns is giving a gift of $100. Kristen Connor with a gift of $250. Ellen Singer, thank you so much. Ben Herring, all with gifts of $250. And Rebecca Youngstrom and Ronald Atwood with that gift of $250. Friends, this is so exciting to see such an incredibly generous community of support shining through here tonight. And now, friends, continue to click that donate button if it speaks to your heart tonight at any level of giving. And we're going to move on to that moment that so many of you have been waiting for. It's time to pull the winning raffle ticket for our week-long stay in Tuscany. So friends, I'm excited to announce that we have a ticket. We have a winner. And this winner is going to be heading to Italy at a point in time in the near future. So we want to give congratulations to Leanne Breakpound, ticket holder number 2, raffle ticket holder number 2. If your ticket at home says 002 and your name is Leanne Brackpound, congratulations, you have won that ticket or that trip to Italy forthcoming. And we want to thank, of course, all of our friends that purchased raffle tickets tonight. Congratulations again to our winner, Leanne Brackpound. Each and every raffle ticket purchased, again, I already said this at the top of the hour, but each and every raffle ticket that was purchased, each and every bid that was placed, each and every gift that is being made in support of transition projects helps yet another neighbor in our community to transition from homelessness to housing. As we prepare to say goodnight, I want to offer one final reminder to continue placing those bids on tonight's online auction. Again, there's 24 incredible packages to peruse and place your bids on, and bidding for those packages will come to a close at 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight. And thereafter, those fantastic packages will be in the hands of our lucky winning bidders. If there's a package featured in tonight's online auction that you've had your eye on all night, well, friends, now's the time to make a big impact by placing those final bids in support of transition projects. And as you do place those bids, I just want to announce real quick that I've just been told that we have hit the Walta match. So thank you so much to Doug and Trudy Walta for providing that matching challenge. Again, one of many matching challenges tonight, but I'm excited to announce that we have hit that $500 matching challenge for those 20 gifts leading up to that $10,000 match. And friends, continue to click that donate button, continue to present those donations tonight and throughout the course of the year, in fact, at any level of giving that speaks to your heart. As those donations continue to roll in through the close of tonight's event, we'll report back to you in the days ahead on the final results of this transformative and incredibly impactful evening. On behalf of the entire Transition Projects team, our production partners, And most importantly, the thousands and thousands of people who are about to feel the impact of your generosity, thank you. Together, we'll continue helping people transition from homelessness to housing. And together, we'll look forward to a day when everyone has access to a safe, affordable home. It's been such a pleasure to join you all in celebration of Transition Projects. And as we say goodnight from our studio here in Portland, Oregon, I'm thrilled to leave you with a final song from Tahira Memory. Take good care, be good to one another. Bye for now.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be with someone unconditional, always knowing that they'll never leave you. What nobody ever says is we stand in our own way, resisting the urge to feel, relenting to our own fears, hardly showing up to play that game. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace the day with ease, and swallow your pride. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace the day with ease, and swallow your pride. It's been clear to me to see everything I could dream of coming true. I never thought I'd be waiting for so long. And no one ever said I'd hold life inside my hands. Afraid of vulnerability, ashamed to admit it's you I need. Always keeping something inside just for me, yeah. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace day with ease, and swallow your pride. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace the day with ease, and swallow your pride. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing. But your pride holds you down, holds you back from more joy than you think. And you'll never know life and all of the blessings it brings you, yes. Sometimes you gotta ask for help, and sometimes you gotta live and let live. There's no use in protecting yourself. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace day with ease, and swallow your pride, yeah. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace the day with ease, and swallow your pride. You should put down your gloves, accept this love, embrace the day with ease, and swallow your pride. You should put down your gloves,